Yo, this is a speedrun guide for winter contingency. It's how to get out of the level in 7 minutes every time on Legendary. These are the strats and the route that you need. These strats are really consistent, I find. I recommend them to anyone who's learning the level or just wants to get a good full game time without having to grind for a really fast WC. I'm not going to go into, in this video I'm just not going to go into heaps of detail on barrier skip, but I am going to link a guide in the description that will help you with barrier skip if you are struggling with it.
Let's go, 6. Alright, noble team, spread out.
It's more of the guide that I link will be like a step-by-step guide to each part. But first off, you just want to sprint off to the left down here towards barrier skip. And you can sprint up here and continue your momentum to get up onto the barrier. Drop down, jump at the peak of your jump. If you get up here, I recommend doing the sprintless parkour, which is a lot easier to do. And this ridge that I'm about to go up here, it makes it really nice to get to the second ridge. Now we're going to check for a plasma pistol. I like to kill the grunt even if he doesn't have one. And but if he has their plasma pistol, then you're good to go. Now this next part is important. Listen to the dialogue and pay attention to when I do things. The most important part is jumping over at Noble 2. Now if we didn't get the plasma pistol earlier, you can get one here, like I just showed. Now we want to use our sprint to get safely behind cover, and the next thing we need to do is hit the slowed, and that will make the spirit start coming in if we want to do early out of bounds, which we don't, but it also gives you an opportunity to get a checkpoint. Usually it's best to shoot the Falcon with a assault rifle or a pistol, but I didn't have one. I picked up the needler by mistake. But so here you can see you're able to do early out of bounds, but we don't want to do that. We actually want to go to late out of bounds.
Commander, I'm seeing more hostile activity to the northeast.
So you need to fly to the right here, like I've done. You get that loading done. This will spawn the Marines on the left objective, which is important for the spirit. Now we need to fly close enough to these army troopers, to get the blue markers on them. And then the next thing we need to do is shoot this spirit's turret away so that we can get a checkpoint later on. Now we're going to hang out above these rocks until the spirit reaches its peak and starts flying at us. There's also a line of dialogue that Carter can say. The 6 hold position. So we're going to fly over these trees and around these rocks. You should get a checkpoint while you're doing this. And now we line ourselves up with the spirit. And once it's past that last rock, that's when we want to go into it. You don't want to be going too fast. See, I was kind of moving backwards a little bit almost. And now you want your nose nice and deep, and you can hold S if anything goes wrong. You can see me tapping there, S, but that was a smooth ride out. Now that I'm out of bounds, a good goal is around 4 minutes for getting out of bounds. I'm going to go to 300 altitude and load in the outpost and clear it. There's a number of jackals and grunts you need to kill here. The jackal majors usually take 2 bursts of the Falcon gun. And we need to get out, hit this advance into relay outpost objective, and then get back into our Falcon. I was just double checking there to make sure that nothing was left live. And as soon as you hear that dialogue, the cat dialogue, she says taking a little bit longer, that's when you know that you've hit it. Now I'm doing the outpost deload, and you'll see a rock there that I flew over. You need to fly over that rock at around 150 or 140 altitude. Something close to that. You don't want to be too low though, is the only caveat. Now I'm driving around, loading back in the outpost. And I'm on a timer here, there's no rush. I'm waiting for the final wave to come. And you can see that the door is deloaded. We're going to need to do a little trick to make the door actually pathable earlier. So you'll notice that even though it's gone, it's still there physically. We're waiting for an objective marker to pop up. When it pops up, or when it finishes popping up, the animation finishes, then I'll start meleeing, as you can see. And we need to do 5 melees. After you've done that, stop meleeing, and it should disappear. Now we're going to run forward and grab a DMR, and we need to aggro the Zealot, and now I'm going to back off and let June take the aggro. And I'm going to keep DMRing this guy down. As soon as he's dead, and watch out for grenades. And I apologize, I had a little bit of recording issues here. But you shoot those 3 gas canisters on the right. 1 DMR shot should light it up. So light those 3 canisters up and then sprint around the corner. And it should kill anything that's left over alive. Now we want to clean up these enemies in the hallway. We need to pick up a plasma pistol as well. It's good to use a frag on this corner, but I didn't get a very good frag placement there. If you have a plasma grenade, it's also, you can use it here to clean up. But we need to save 1 frag for this door, ideally. If not, you can just DMR the grunts, but use your plasma pistol on the Zealot and you should die easily. Clean up the grunts and you're good. If you have any questions about anything in this guide, feel free to ask in the comments or message me on Discord. I hope this was able to help some people, and good luck on your runs.